Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelle and today we are going to talk about how I pack my transition bag before a triathlon. So today I just came from getting my bike serviced and buying some last minute nutrition needs because I am about to attend a triathlon on the weekend. The good thing about this triathlon, which is the Tri-Man Triathlon, is that it's just driving distance away from Metro Manila, and so I don't really have to worry about forgetting to pack stuff. I can usually find the things that I need in the area as well. And so I'm not really super stressing out about packing for this trip. But in any case, before any triathlon or before any multi-sport race, I always try to make sure that I have everything squared away. And so I'm just going to show you how I pack my transition bag. First things first, the transition bag. You can actually use any kind of backpack for this, but during my race at Challenge Roth back in 2014, I managed to pick up a pretty decent transition bag. This one is made by C4 Sports. I don't think the company is in existence anymore, but the bag is still around. I don't see any loose threads whatsoever, and so I think it's gonna last me for maybe a few more years down the line. Well, at least until I get bored of the bag and decide to pick up a new one. So it's a pretty big bag, and that's because I needed to be able to transport everything I need from whatever transportation I'm taking to the race into the transition area itself. So you'll see it's pretty big. Yep, and it's got so many pockets. It's still got a lot of space left over even after I've packed everything I need into the bag. Okay, so I like to break races down into their component parts. So if it's a triathlon, there's going to be a swim, a bike, a run, and of course, nutrition that ties all of these things together. So let's talk about the swim first. Your goggles. Me particularly, because I wear contact lenses when I race, I really do need to protect my eyes with these goggles. Now these are from Dolphin. I always like to keep a pair of clear, semi-clear goggles and a pair of mirrored goggles. And what this does is it gives me the option to use the clear ones for cloudy days or days when the sun isn't too high, and then the mirrored ones I use for when the gun starts are a little later in the day, or if I'm expecting to see if I'm expecting to swim into the sun at some point during the race. I usually wear these clear ones for pool-based triathlons, and the mirrored lenses I usually use for open water-based swims. Another thing I like to bring along is this anti-fog marker, which I got from Decathlon. And what you do is you just mark the inside of your goggles, give them a little rinse, and they should be good to go for 2 hours. No fogging whatsoever. So this really helps extend the life of my goggles, and it just gives me that little bit of extra reassurance that during a race my goggles won't fog over. Another thing I like to bring during a race is a spare swim cap. Sometimes the race might not provide its own swim cap, or sometimes the swim cap they provide breaks, or let's just say it's a really cold race and you want to do double caps, then it's always good to have one extra on hand. And I'd like to classify sunscreens as part of the entire swim package because you do apply this before the swim. I'm not sure if you're trying to do a really fast transition, you don't really apply sunscreen while you're in transition. So yeah, this one goes with the swim stuff. Okay guys, now on to the bike. So for the swim, I said the most important piece of equipment were the goggles. For the bike, the helmet is the most important piece of equipment, because if you don't wear a helmet or you don't have your helmet, you cannot ride, you cannot race. Most excellent organizers will not let you race without a helmet. Okay, so yeah, do not forget this. And it really depends if you're the kind of person who still wears running shoes and uses flat pedals on your bike, but if you've advanced a little bit further along, Then obviously you're going to have cycling shoes in your kit. So do not forget your cycling shoes. Although you can still manage to pull off a race wearing running shoes. Just don't forget your running shoes. Another piece of equipment that I really like to have during the bike segment of a race is sunglasses. So I like to keep like the goggles. I like to keep uh, kind of a clear pair of sunnies and a mirrored pair of sunnies on hand. And this is really which one of them I would use depends on the conditions during the race. In the Philippines, because the sun is so high, usually by the time we get out of the swim onto the bike, I wear these mirrored lenses. But if it's a kind of a rainy race day and all I need is to protect my eyes from getting grit stuck in them, then I would use the clear ones. Just also for safety because you want to be able to see the road properly. And if you wear something too dark during a dark day, then it's kind of counterproductive. Also on the bike leg, I like to pack a couple of extra inner tubes as insurance. And this is already aside from the inner tube that is packed in my bike repair kit. This is my bike repair kit. It already has one spare tube, one CO2 canister, and the dispenser for it. It also has my, um, what do you call these things? Tire levers, so that I can change my clincher inners should the need arise. This bunch of rubber bands. I always try to pack a few of these extra in my bag because I like to keep my bike shoes on the bike, and a lot of people also forget these rubber bands. So yeah, it's always good to have them and not need them, then need them and not have them. We are on to the run. The most important piece of equipment for the run is obviously running shoes. Okay, so these are my running shoes and they already have easy laces on them so that I don't need to tie laces while I'm running. Along with the shoes, I like to keep my visor handy for the run. I've got like a couple of visors here and it really depends what I'm wearing for the race. I like to coordinate, I like to match. And I like to organize race belts with the run stuff in my transition bag because some races they require you to wear the race belt on the bike, but other races only require you to wear the belt on the run. So yeah, this goes with the run stuff. I pack one and I usually pack a spare one, or if I happen to have a bunch of them, I'll pack all of these race belts because you want to be the hero for other people, and frequently people forget to bring their own race belts. So I like to keep an extra one on hand just in case. If you forget your race belt, then you have to jerry rig something, something to keep your race number on. Some races will require you to have the number on, and some won't. But you definitely don't want to be running the run leg of a race trying to hold your number in your hand. So that's swim, bike, run. Now we are on to nutrition. Lately I've been using Hammer Nutrition, their gels. I have it in a huge jug form. So I just put enough to fill up to the fill line of this bottle. So there's a fill line. So usually I just take maybe one or two sips during my short distance races. I also like to dissolve an electrolyte tablet or two into my water bottle because I don't really tolerate electrolytes and nutrition all at once. They have to pass through different pathways. So electrolytes in liquid and nutrition in semi-solid stuff. After the race, what do? You'd like to change out of your wet clothes. So I always pack a change of clothes, and it usually bears my triathlon team's name or insignia, just in case I have to get up on the podium. At least I'm still wearing my tri team's name on me. Other things that I bring aside from a change of clothes include a towel, because you do want to get yourself dry enough so that you don't catch cold. So I bring a towel along, and I usually bring a dark colored towel along because if you're at any of these local races, they usually apply race numbers on your skin with a marker. So you don't want that marker coming off a fresh white towel. And so that's why I always bring this one along. It served me so faithfully through many races. So that is my transition bag all wrapped up for you. Do you have anything else that you put in your transition bag? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you again next time. Bye!